All right, so we got this problem out at my property. We've been building bridges out here with pallets and all this and that, and they kind of break and just erode and disintegrate basically. So we're coming up with this idea. We chopped a few trees down and we're gonna turn them into bridges. So what I wanna show you today is how to take a tree that you knock down, split it in half, and basically turn it into a bridge. But the method that I want to show you how to use is really cool because you can get a flat surface by just using wedges. So if you take a look at this log right here, I'm going to chainsaw off about an 8-foot segment. And come on over here real quick because I'll show you what we've done so far. So right here, this log about an hour ago was together, and as you can see, we split right through the middle. Now, it's not perfect, but it's doing pretty well for what we want it to be. And I actually set up one of the bridge segments already, and I'll show you real quick. Now, if you take a look down below, I have these hunks of wood that are squared off already, and kind of carved out a little thing on the chainsaw, and they fit perfectly into the log. And now we have this bridge, but the problem is that's an 8-foot segment. We need to make it probably about 70 feet, so it's gonna take a while. Check out the process and we'll see how it goes. All right, so the first thing we gotta do is cut off about this 7.5, 8-foot segment. So let's get to work. Now we broke this off. Now it's time to split this thing right down the middle. All right, so we have this log. We split it down with the chainsaw. So now what I want to do is I kind of look at the end of this, and we're trying to split it in half. So I just turned this a little bit. There's like a natural split right here that's already happening. So I'm gonna try to get my wedges in right up here. Now, if I have a chainsaw, sometimes I cheat and put a little bit of a groove in here to get started, and I think I'm going to do that today, but you absolutely don't need to do that. Let me show you the tools that you really need for this. Number one, so you want to get yourself a nice sledgehammer, and I like to use at least 2 splitting wedges. I like metal ones, and then I have Big Bertha over here in case I need to split it a little wider. So I end up using this quite a bit in this process. So I'm gonna use the chainsaw real quick to cheat, but like I said, you don't need to do that, it's already here, but I feel like that's gonna give me a better chance at splitting it somewhat even. Now also, if the log's moving like this, it's a good idea to get a wedge, hammer it in there while you're working to stabilize a little bit. So here we go. It's not perfectly straight, but let's see what happens. I'm gonna start off with this blue wedge. It's a little bit sharper. Just kind of set it in there. And you'll see it start to split fairly quickly. We'll see what happens. Sometimes it doesn't work out, just like life. Clear the area. An old beer can from someone. Definitely wasn't me. You can see quickly, it already split. Now, is this even? No, this side's gonna be a little bigger, but I don't really care about that for this purpose. I'm just trying to split it so that I have 2 somewhat flat surfaces to help in my bridge building process. So I'm gonna go ahead and dig this in a little bit deeper. As you can see, it's starting to split all the way down. So this is not coming out. That's where your second wedge comes in. So you can put your second wedge right here if you want. I like to go down a little further, give it a little starter hit, and then go to town. And then eventually that blue one's gonna get loose. And then you take it right out and move it down. And you just keep switching them out all the way down. Black one gets loose, move it down. But hey, you can hear the crackling. Hear that? Nice and free. It's down. Sometimes it doesn't want to split all the way through. So that's when I bring in Big Mama. Put in Big Mama right here. Send her. You want to talk about flat? Look at this. This is how I learned how to surf. You get out there and you gotta stand up. It happens, you know what I'm saying? Nice flat surface, nice flat surface. Not that hard, not a whole lot of work. Now you could take these and turn them into more dimensional lumber, but as a nice easy way to get a flat surface from a piece of wood that's otherwise just gonna rot out in the woods, split it in half and use some wedges. And you could use wooden wedges, absolutely. So you could do this whole project with a sledgehammer and 3 wooden wedges. That's all you would need. So maybe you'll go out and try it. Maybe there's much better ways to do it. I've seen other ways on the internet, but this is simple and it's a lot of fun. So hopefully you get out there and give it a shot. Adios.